Hi everyone, it's Doreen, My Bedazzled Treasures, and I have another tutorial for you today. This is a lollipop flower, and this is inspired by Arlene at My Butterfly Kisses 12. I learned this on YouTube a little while ago, and I just wanted to share some of my ideas to add to the lollipop flower. So what I'm using here is a candle, and I'm also using this ribbon right here, which is a really pretty sparkle ribbon. Has roses and green and gold is the color in it. And so I'm going to show you this technique without having to have very many supplies. So all you need is some scissors and a little tool. I'm sorry, this tool right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull the wire out because it's a wired ribbon. So I went ahead and already pulled the wire out. And then you're going to, I'm going to cut a piece off so you can see how I did this. And basically you just cut like a small square like that, and then you're going to cut in a circle. So you're going to take this ribbon and you're just going to cut it in a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect, and just kind of go around and cut it. And you get something like that. Okay? So that's what that looks like. And I went ahead and I already started burning most of them, so I just have a few left to do. So this is what it's going to look like when you're done. It's going to have like a little cup effect, and what that's going to do is burn the edges and give it some height in your flower. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to turn your flower upside down, and it's going to curl. You just put it over the flame, and you see how it's curling around there? You just want a little bit of curling effect on that. And if you're scared to use this, because this is an easier way than using a lighter, and so then you just do that, and then you have this effect like that. Okay? So I only have, let me see, I have a couple more to go here. And then we're just going to curl around the edges a little bit on this one, make it a little bit smaller. If you want to make it curly, it's like this is to be the top piece. Okay, so now you have 8 pieces here. And then what we're going to do is, this is going to be my base. And here's what the flower looks like. This is my version of the flower. There's many versions out there, but I just wanted to show you my idea of how I made it. And then you can go ahead and put your spin on how you like to do it. So what I did is I used one of these flowers, like leaves. This is a Prima leaf I've been using a lot in my projects. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to cut the stem part off. So it looks like that. And you don't need all the leaf, so you can go ahead and trim it off, like maybe like that. Okay, so then I'm going to use my hot glue, and I'm going to add a piece of lace to the, this is the lace I'm using. I've used this in a lot of my projects lately, so I just wanted to go ahead and I'm just going to hot glue it right onto the leaf here. So I'm just going to kind of go like that. And I just kind of like eyeball how I want it to look. You just, you know, add how much lace you want to it. So I'm adding another layer to my flower by adding this lace. And I'm not sure if anybody else does this, but this is how I like to do it. And it gives it some great dimension. So that's what it looks like. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our circle, and I'm going to glue on the opposite side. So I'm building my flower on top of here, but first I got to get my other layer going. So alright, so here we go. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put my leaf like that and just add it right there. Okay, And then you just add your layers. So you just start with whatever layer you want first. And I'm going to just keep hot gluing it until I get it all on. And this is a really easy, quick way to make a flower. You just got to make sure your pattern is right. And you can mix this with different fabrics. You don't have to use this whole shimmery fabric if you don't want to. Of course, anything with shimmer, I'm going to do it. Just be careful not to burn yourself. And as you can see, the flower is forming here. I'm forming the flower. You probably can't see, but here, that's what it looks like so far. So then I'm going to do some more. Add that to the middle. And I'm using 8 layers. You don't have to have that many layers going, but I like it kind of fluffy, so 8 layers is what I'm... Actually, you know what? It's getting really fluffy, so I'm going to go ahead and stop at... This is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's 7 layers. So that's a good number there for 7 layers. Okay, so you're going to have this, and it's going to look like that on the side. Okay, so I'll save those for another project. And then what you can do is build a center. So this is my center here. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the center, and this is using a button and a piece of vintage trim. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this in the middle. I love my glue gun, I tell you. And I'm going to show you in a minute how I made this little button here. So that's what the flower looks like. So you can build your layers how you want. You can, you know, fluff it up some more. That's what that is. And hold on a second, because I need to add some. It needs a feather, so I'm going to go ahead and add a feather. These are my absolute favorite color feathers here. This color right here. It's like a beige color, and I'm going to just cut it a little bit, and I'm going to add it to my project, to my flower. And I'm going to go ahead and use both pieces. So you have this like that, this wispy kind of effect going on. And then I'm just going to add my glue to it. And I'm going to tuck it down inside of this piece of vellum circle here. So then you just kind of play with it where you want it in your, how you're going to have it on your flower. And then what I did was, for something different on this one, I added the Tim Holtz Ticket Dream. I thought it'd be a cute idea for Valentine's Day, and I'm working on a box right now, so I think I'm going to use this on my sewing box project that I still am working on. So that was the flower tutorial, and then now I'm going to show you, let me do this so you can see a little bit, so you can see the flowers. Okay, so what I did is really, really simple. All you need is a button. Okay, so here's the button. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this little knob off. Well, sometimes it comes off easy and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that is what it looks like. See the hole there in the middle? Now I like the coloring on this side better than I do this side. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use that little circle right there to build my middle. Okay, so I'm using the opposite side of the button. I'm just adding my hot glue right here in the center. Sorry about that. I'm going to add a leaf this time. I'm sorry, one of these Prima flowers in the middle. A little bit more hot glue. And then I'm going to add, this is the match to the other button. This is the little, actually it's not a button, a piece of jewelry that I took apart. I just love the flowers. And it was all broken up, so that's what the button looks like. If you didn't want to use that, you can also, you know, add something like that to your button, to your middle of your flower so many possibilities with making these little embellishments for your flowers. I just love coming up with different ideas. I'm going to move the camera just a little bit so you can see that. Sorry about that. And then I just did another little project. This is a salt shaker, but it's a miniature salt shaker like ones you would get, and this is what they look like. They came in a little container like this, and there's a bunch of them in here. And I'm going to use them for my glitter, but I didn't take the glitter out and put it in there yet. So, and all I did was I used a piece of my vintage lace and added a little piece of lace to the side, this little lace right here. And that's all it needed was, I thought that's all it needed was just, you know, that little touch right there. So you can kind of still see through it when you have it on your shelf for your room. Actually, these are going to go on my shelf that you're seeing in the background there. And they're going to have all my glitters and different little things that I want to shake out to use on my projects so I can see them, because I believe that if you hide everything and you don't see it, you're not going to use it. So I want to be using my scrap supplies and vintage buttons and vintage jewelry in my projects. So, okay everyone, thanks for watching, and stay tuned because I have another video for you. Bye everyone.